Hey everyone, how's it going? Now, I've told you guys before that my favorite kaiju is Anguirus. And since I've been doing a lot of these ice kaiju drawings, I thought it'd be fun today to show you guys how to make an ice Anguirus. So, to start off with this, we're going to begin with his face. So, starting right over here, I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to kind of curve down and then up like this, kind of like a wavy check mark. Then underneath here, I'm just going to draw a little line that's going to curve around for the eye. And then right inside of here, I'm just going to add a little circular line for the pupil. Then right above here, I'm going to make a little line that just kind of goes up and then down like this for the eyebrow. Now, starting right here underneath the eye, I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to curve up, it's going to touch the eye, and then it's going to curve up like this, and then come down a little bit. Then I'm going to draw a line here that's just going to kind of curve out, and then back in, and then out again for a nostril. And then I'm going to draw a line that's just going to go down, and it's just going to kind of curve around. And then it's just going to kind of come down, and then up, and then down again like this to make the mouth. Then right here, I'm just going to draw a little curved line in just to show where the other part of his nose is. Then right here, I'm going to draw a line that's just going to go down, and then it's going to kind of curve around like this, and I'm going to stop right about there. Then I'm going to make a little curved line right here just to show the back of his mouth. And then I'm going to just draw a line that's just going to kind of curve up. And then it's going to go down and up like this. And then it's going to curve back just to kind of form the tongue. Now, I'm going to add some teeth. He has two really long fangs in the front. And then he's got a bunch of smaller little sharp teeth that go all the way around here. And then I'm going to put some of these smaller teeth down here as well. And then I'm just going to draw a line that just goes down to here, and it's going to curve right around here. And then I'm going to make some more teeth on this side. Now right here, I'm going to draw a little line that's just going to kind of curve around for his lip. And then I'm going to make a little line that just kind of curves down, and then it's going to go up, and then curve right around here for his head. Or I should say the jaw. Then right here, I'm going to add a little line that goes up and then down like this. Now, starting right here, I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to go up, kind of down, and then it's just going to kind of curve around like this. Then I'm going to start here and draw a line that's just going to kind of curve down for part of the neck. And then I'm just going to make a line right here. It's just going to kind of curve down, and then it's going to go up, and then down like this. Then starting here, I'm just going to continue this line, and I'm going to bring it back to right about here. And then I'm just going to kind of curve this line back and just kind of redraw it. You want to leave about the same amount of space around the entire thing, and just bring it to here. And that's going to be like the little bottom of his shell. Now I'm going to draw a little curved line right here for the bottom of his neck, and then I'm going to make a little line that's just going to go down to about here. Then starting here, I'm just going to make a line that's just going to kind of curve down. And then I'm going to make another line that goes right to here. Just kind of form the arm. And then I'm going to draw another line that just kind of curves down and then goes in right here. That's going to be his little front arm. And then I'm going to start here and I'm going to draw a line that just kind of goes up, down, and then it's going to curve to about here. Start here, kind of do that same thing with one here. And then I'll do one more right here, and then just kind of connect it up to here. Then, right here, I'm just going to draw a little line that's just going to like curve to about here. And then his back legs are always kind of bent a little bit. So I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to kind of curve down, and then it's going to curve up like this, kind of like I'm making a big crooked letter C. And then right under here, I'm going to draw a line that's just going to kind of curl down and then come up. And another one right here. And then I'm just going to kind of curve this right around to here. And then you want to start right about here and just draw a line that's going to curve right up towards the shell. Now, I want to make this hand look like it's kind of reaching out. So I'm going to draw a line that's just going to kind of go down and then it's going to curve up like this. And then I'm going to draw a line that's just going to kind of curve down and then it's going to come back like this. Then I'm going to make a line that's going to kind of curve like this and then come back. Then I'm going to put another one right here. And then I'll put one more right down here and then kind of curve it up to here. Then I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to go down and then it's going to come right back up here. Okay, now for his famous shell. So he's got all sorts of spikes on here. But what I want to do is I want to make these not look so like curved, but I want to make them more a little bit straight up and down so they look kind of like icicles. So I'm going to start at the bottom here and I'm just going to make these kind of go straight up and down. Now normally his are a little bit more curved, but I want these to be kind of straight up and down, just that way they kind of have more of that icicle effect. And as I'm doing this, I'm just going to kind of fill these up all the way around, and I want to make them different sizes. You don't want to have them all the same size. I want to make these a little bit bigger than what they typically might be on him, just so that it gives it a little bit more of a kind of more evil, like, you know, tough look on him. So I'm just going to kind of fill these in all around here. So I'm going to start putting these in. I'm going to fast forward this and just kind of fill up this whole area with all of these spikes. Okay, so there are all the spikes. You can see that I put quite a few big tall ones up here. I kind of made them a lot taller than what they are realistically on him, and I kept them a lot closer together. So if you need to slow down that part, go right ahead. And sometimes you always want to come in and put a few little small ones inside here just to kind of fill up the area. But now what I want to do is add some more of his details. So starting up here, he's got those big horns on his head. So I'm going to kind of treat these a little bit the same way. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to make these kind of go up and then come straight back down. They're more curved in the comics and in the movies, but these I want them just to kind of go more straight up and down, so they have a little bit more of that like icicle look to it. So I'm just going to kind of put some of these shapes all the way around here on his head. And I might put one more little one back here. Now, starting right here, I'm just going to draw lines, just going to kind of curve down and then come back here just to show where his other leg is. And then one of the last things we want to add onto here is his tail. So his tail is going to start back here. So I'm going to start right by this leg, and I'm just going to draw a line that's just going to kind of curve up like this. And then I'm just going to kind of curve it back. I'm going to bring it right to the spike here, and then I'll just kind of let it look like it's kind of flowing back. And then I'm just going to put a couple little kind of like triangular shapes on it, just so it looks like he's got some big spikes going down. And then right on here I also want to add like a little line, just going to kind of curve up and down for that horn on his nose. So here is our basic shape of Anguirus right now. So now what we want to do is we want to add some of the details. So I'm going to move a little bit faster through this part, but not too fast. If I do go too fast, just make sure to hit your pause button so you can catch up. So I'm going to add some little lines kind of around here on his neck, just to make it look like they're a little bit more wrinkled and everything. I'm going to add a couple little extra lines just kind of coming down the top of his neck too. I'm going to make the line around his eye a little bit longer, and I'm going to put another line right under here. I'm going to add a little bit of a curve onto his nose and kind of color this in just to kind of help show where that nostril is, and then put another little line above it. I'm going to draw a little line that just kind of goes right around his mouth, just to kind of show where his lips are, and then a couple lines in here. Draw a little curved line right here, just kind of like where his cheek would be. And I'm just going to put a couple little broken lines kind of going down here, just to kind of separate where the back of his body is to his stomach. And then I'm just going to put a few more kind of broken little curved lines, just kind of different lengths and sizes. Add a little line or two right here just to show where this arm is kind of bending. A little curved line here. And I'm just going to put a couple lines right around his arms just to show where the skin is kind of connected and it's kind of bending a little bit. Do the same thing under here, and then like one right there. Add a couple little lines just kind of going down the bottom of the arms, and can put a few on the top too. A couple curved lines kind of going around here. Some extra little lines kind of all around there. Put a few up here, and maybe a few more going down the tail. Then I'm going to add some little lines on each of the fingers here, or his toes, just to kind of show where the wrinkles are, where they might be kind of bending, where the skin is kind of moving. And then I'm going to add just some little claws on the end of here, on each one. Kind of add a little bit of a round shape in there. A little curved line around here. I'm going to actually add another toe right there just to make it look a little bit more realistic. A couple little lines around here. Some extra little lines kind of around the eyes and the face. On the spikes and everything. On these, I'm just going to kind of add some lines that just go up a little bit. and put a couple on each one. And then I also might come back and throw a little bit of a curved line on some of these as well, just to give it a little bit more detail. I'm not really hitting all of these, just kind of getting some of the more prominent ones, the ones that are kind of sticking out more. And then I'm just going to throw a few curved lines on some of them as well. And just kind of putting them all over the place. A few on these too. And I'm just going to put a few more lines around here. A couple more kind of around the face and everything. And I want some more on the fingers and hands just to show lots of little details and everything. Now, Anguirus has lots of little scales and stuff on them, but for this one I don't really want to add all those scales. I'm just going to kind of leave them like this. Like I said, we're doing kind of like an ice Anguirus, so we'll leave them like this. And there you go. There is your drawing of an ice Anguirus. I'm going to fast forward and start coloring this. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.